Welcome back to the LuxeGen Group Chat. This week, we discuss how the internet's boyfriends have band together for the new film.
All of the internet's boyfriends.
Kit Connor, we've got, that's my favourite, that's the one I can remember.
Charles Melton.
Love him.
Will Poulter, yeah.
Next, should your partner be your everything?
Myself and my boyfriend, we really don't talk about work, and I really appreciate it. So when I come home from work, I'd be inclined to say like, oh my God, this really cool thing happened, or this really stressful thing happened. But it's when you just leave it at the door, it's actually quite nice.
Yeah. Finally, could this TV show replace The Traitors?
My
They literally
God.
found out last night who the millionaire was, and they were like, no, we're going to vote someone else out
No
because
way.
she's too dangerous of a player. And of course, we chat through all the things we're loving, so stay tuned. It's a good one. Hey everyone, welcome back to the LuxeGen Group Chat. I'm Sapna, and today I'm joined by Steph and Anna, who you guys will definitely know from the vlogs and social and everything, but this is your first time on the podcast.
Yeah,
which
this is so exciting. I was just saying to the girls when we walked down here, like, it's so fun to actually see this place in real life.
Head over to our vlog, which won't be out till next week, but
Yeah.
you can see the live reaction to Anna seeing it for the first time. Which
So
I
cool,
love.
guys.
But for those who are maybe listening for the first time and have only just met you, what do you do at SheerLux and LuxeGen?
So I've been at SheerLux now for like 8 months, which is crazy. I can't believe it's actually been that long. But I'm a content coordinator at SheerLux. So basically, like, all the content that you guys see on site, on email, the podcast on site, etc., is all done through our team. So it's super fun to like see like all the behind the scenes, how things work, working with like Photoshop and things like that. It's great. I really like it, and like it's really good for someone like me as well, because like I'm such I love to see like things like trends and what's happening. So it's like fun to see things like maybe like 2 days ahead. Like, what people are all
I
thinking.
do love that
cool.
too, the little sneak peeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so fun. I always love seeing like the stories that are coming up. I'm like, oh my God, perfect. I've always wanted to know something about that. Or like,
that.
I'm going there. Like, I can't wait to read that.
I never
So-
think of it like that you get
Yeah.
like a sneak peek.
No, it's
No,
so
I
fun.
feel like that. When
Really?
it's always like people's picks, I'm like, I really like that. I'm going to
Yeah.
buy it before
I can see
anyone else does.
No, I love it, and like I'll like look at all the stories and I'll be like, perfect. Like I'm literally going there for dinner next week, and here's like,
Cute.
I don't know,
Oh my
like
God, I love that.
it's amazing. I can't wait.
I feel like we've got lots to chat about today, but before we get into it, let's run through our outfits. And also a reminder before we do that this is a vodcast. That means we film everything. So you can watch it on Spotify and wherever you get your podcast, or you can head over to YouTube and watch the full episode there. So yeah, Steph, do you want to kick us off?
Baggy white tee on from ASOS. I have a lot of COS on today. I've got COS kind of satin trousers, then I've got my COS mules, which are new, guys.
They're
Obsessed
so
with
nice.
those.
I saw them
Obsessed with
this
shoes.
morning, and I was
I
like,
think they're my
need
new
some of them
personality.
there.
I actually
was
love them.
A big love for girl for a while there, but I think I'm going to be wearing these to death because they're kind of like dressy and a little bit
but they're not too
ladylike.
high.
Not too
No.
high. I can run
They're
to
kind
the
of like
tube in them.
office chic, but cool
Yeah.
office chic.
We
you
kick
so
them up
much.
for the video. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Personality check. I have a COS bangle on as well as an Under the Stories bangle and Say Soon bangle. So lots of bangles going on. And
loving
then
the bangles.
I'm loving the
Yeah,
bangles.
so fun.
A little less on the rings today. I've got my Gabs Look ring and then Gabs Look earrings.
Cute. So nice. And I know everyone's going to ask, so where are your glasses from?
Glasses are GG Studios X Ollie Quinn.
Oh, very nice.
Amazing.
Lovely. Anna, what are you wearing today?
I am wearing, like I keep on saying, such a white outfit today, but everyone's giving me so many compliments.
I
on
love
It's
it.
so sweet.
Very spring.
Yeah, so spring. I feel like because we got to make the most of the weather now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm wearing an ASOS skirt, which I love, and then this shirt I actually got on the weekend is from H&M. But I just thought like the structuring on it was so cool. Like the hidden buttons is such a vibe. And then my glasses are from H&M. My earrings are ASOS. My rings are a whole bunch of places like Portobello Market. I got this at the V&A Museum, but it's kind of battered.
That's a really cool
Yeah, I know,
one.
it's cool. And then my shoes are from H&M.
Love.
But I got them on
obsessed.
Vinted.
We've
They're
got
so
a lot of good
fun.
shoes.
I know.
Kick that one up as well so they can see. Oh my gosh. I realised earlier that I am in full mango today.
Love that.
And I didn't even try. But yeah, this set is mango. The belt is mango. The shoes, which I think I wear pretty much
They're
every
such
day,
good
are
They're
looks.
mango.
such a SheerLux favourite.
I know, I
These
love
are.
it. They're so good. And then earrings are Missima, and then I've got some Pandora and all sorts going on here. But yeah, well, Steph,
Yes?
literally, when we're recording this, tomorrow you're going to Dublin for
I'm
our
so
SheerLux, our next SheerLux
Amazing.
takeover.
So excited!
Oh my
we did our
God.
first takeover together.
Yeah,
Went to
I
Manchester.
know.
Probably this time last year, would you
No
say?
way.
It must have been,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it was. And that was so fun. I remember being so scared for that trip. Do you remember? I kept being
Yeah,
like,
you were so
I'm really nervous. Because it was kind of hard. When you so I shoot BTS. So basically this we'll be going to Dublin and I'll be shooting behind the scenes of the whole trip. So it'll be like 3
Amazing.
days. With time I've become more comfortable to just kind of chill.
Yeah.
But I'd be like standing with the camera and be like, what do I ask next? And it was
Oh my
just like so awkward. But I feel like I've done a few trips now,
Yeah.
Middle East as well. And I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to this one. It's in
Yeah.
Dublin, which is,
So
in
fun.
Ireland. I'm excited.
Yeah.
A little bit of pressure on to show the cool places.
Yeah.
Saskia, I've been like doing a little like of the admin bits with her, and I'm like, oh my god, what if they don't like this restaurant?
No, it'll be
so fun.
Where are you
It's such a
from,
nice girl.
Dublin?
No, I'm actually from Galway, but I lived in Dublin for like 6 months.
You know, I've never been to Ireland.
Have
I've
I?
always wanted
Neither.
to
I
go.
really wanna go.
And obviously because I'm from Scotland, you would think that,
Yeah,
like,
you
oh, it's
think.
literally so
Yeah.
close. But no, I've never been.
Okay, guys, we have to do another
have
trip.
to.
We should do an
Yes.
LG trip.
Yes. Oh my god. Well, stay tuned on Sherlock's for the whole takeover of Dublin. That's gonna be a really fun one.
So fun, I can't wait.
But another thing, Steph.
Yes?
You saw Harry Styles recently.
Oh my God, I
and
saw
we
this.
we
Guys.
must discuss.
Like, I actually feel like I have peaked and it's all downhill from here. I cannot get over how special that moment was to me.
my
And it was
God.
about 6 seconds of pure magic. So there was a
Talk us
guy
through.
walking towards me, right? Sitting in Marylebone, like just by, in between, the Wallace collection and like Selfridges. There's
Okay.
like a cafe
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Sitting outside, and there's this guy walking towards me, and I was chatting away to Peter, my boyfriend at the time, and he had his head down.
That makes you sound like it was your boyfriend at the time.
No.
My boyfriend at the time.
Harry, I was with my boyfriend and my new boyfriend was coming towards me. Literally, that's how I was feeling.
Such sincerity was like, no, that is the case.
Harry was walking towards me, but he had his head down, so I didn't recognize him at all. But I was reading his hat, and he just lifted his head, and honestly, it was like angels singing. He was like, "Oh!" I was like, "Oh my god!" And he was scowling, and I was like, "Oh my god." I was like, oh my god, and I wanted to play it cool. This is the thing, like when you meet a celeb, like what do you do? So he was coming towards me, I just kind of gave him like a little smile. He kept scowling.
Why scowling? When you told me this, I was like, why is he scowling?
I think if I screamed, I was like, oh my god, it's Harry Styles, I could have like fucked up his day. So I feel like he was a protective thing, being like, don't you dare mess up my day.
I'm trusting you.
So I feel like we had a moment, even though he seemed to hate me, but it was magical.
I don't know what I'd do in that moment.
Honestly.
But I saw a TikTok yesterday of a girl who was
Yeah.
like, not Harry Styles, just coming up to us and having a whole conversation.
I
was like,
saw that. Is this the one they're like in the road and you're like, yeah, I saw
I
that.
was like, but where's the proof? Because did you make it up? Because
Yeah.
I've heard he's done that. He's been
But-
scowling.
Yeah.
True, but also like, yeah, why didn't he speak to me?
Yeah, rude.
Why didn't he stop and talk to me?
I know.
Rage, but it was still a moment.
No, but you're right. So what would you do in that situation?
I feel like I do something stupid, like kiss him on the cheek or something.
Invade his personal space on the road.
No, or like I'd go to like hug him or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, and then he'd be like, "Who is this
Oh my
woman? Get her
God.
away from me!"
I feel like in most of those situations, I want to play it cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you never do.
No, never do. There's like an understanding. You know that they know that you know that they know who you are.
Yes,
Or
yes.
they
It's
know
so
that you are.
weird. It's so
No.
weird, isn't it?
I've got that wrong. You know what I mean. They know that you know that you both know
They're
who they
famous.
are.
Yeah.
So you can't play it off of being like, oh yeah, just don't even know. Because then they'll just
Yeah.
walk past you
Yeah.
anyway. So
Yeah,
you've got to kind
true,
of be a
true.
little bit.
Yeah.
That's why I think a little cheeky smile is cute. It's like,
Yeah.
I know who you are, but I'm not gonna intrude.
It depends who it is. Because I
Yeah.
think like which everyone's gonna be like, okay, that's not Harry Styles. But like when I met Mahalia, I freaked out. And I was
Really?
like, I just have to say, I'm your biggest fan. And
See,
I love
I think
your
I would
work.
say something like
Yeah.
that, and then they just like don't know what to do. And it's like,
Yeah, I
okay,
know.
well, have a great day.
No, but she was like, she hugged me
Yeah.
and that was lovely. But like, I think some people are probably a bit like, what can I say?
Yeah.
I know, but I feel like there's some people who would have something to say, and Harry Styles is someone I'd have a lot to say to.
Yeah.
But I didn't say anything, but I feel like it was cool. So then when I see him again, he'd be like, she was cool.
Yeah, she
was a
I'm
cool
going to marry
girl.
her. Do you know what I mean? I'm like keeping the door
Yeah.
open for myself.
Yeah. Got you.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. And then I was walking to work the last day, and Michael Fassbender was driving.
Yeah,
No
I
way.
keep seeing famous
I
people.
know.
Who was the one you saw outside Selfridges or something? Or near a hotel?
Bradley Cooper.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
No way.
And I saw Bradley Cooper and Gigi Hadid in New York as well.
Oh my
So I feel like
God.
they're just flocking to me.
Love
But I'm
that for
keeping
you.
it cool. So I smiled to Michael Fassbender's and he just gave me a little smile back. And I'm like,
Thanks,
we've had a
bro.
moment.
I actually bumped into James Corden once in London.
What was he like?
Probably on his way to meet Harry
Yeah.
Styles.
But it was the wildest situation because there was like a fight going on outside this pub.
Oh.
And then I was with our friends and James Corden approached our table. We were the chosen ones. And he was like, what's all that going down
No,
down
wait, was it
there?
late?
What?
Like nighttime?
Oh, I thought you meant like the late night show. Like we were like, you've been pranked. Yeah, it was late time. And then he came up to us and he was like, oh yeah, what's all that going on over there? And then my friend went, oh, like just a bit of tomfoolery. Like, who says that? And it was so embarrassing. And then he went, God, how hard are you? And then he walked off and it was just like, what's just happened?
Oh,
Bit of
my
tomfoolery.
God. I would have exited that situation like, yeah, mate.
Yeah, literally, like, it's what you
Eject.
do. Oh, yeah, too much.
Dead. Well, let's move on to the hot list. And actually, before we do, here's a reminder that wherever you listen to your podcast and podcasts, please do subscribe. It really helps us out. Right, the hot list, Anna, I'm sure you know, but if you don't. The hot list is where we talk about pop culture and everything going on at the moment, basically. I mean, hot off the press, not that hot, but like last week, Justin Bieber's just launched a new brand and it's rivaling Drew House, which obviously was his like baby.
Insane.
Yeah.
Steph, do you want to break this down for us slightly?
I can't get over it. I feel like, well, what was it? Like quite recently, he's unfollowed a lot of his management and then his good friend Ryan Good, who he had the company Drew House with. Yeah. And so this whole like release video for Skylark was kind of insane. It was a little weird, like AI creepy vibe, showing him like the toxic side of Drew and like flames and like moving past Drew and going to the future to the Skylark.
You said it was like burning down the house.
Burning down the house.
And was it not like a sign that said like Drew House and that like he like lit down fire?
Like the logo was very obviously Drew. And then he also like entered the scene on a scooter. Yeah. Left the scooter down. Scooter Braun.
Scooter Braun.
How weird is that? I feel like it's almost too on the nose that I'm like, is this, are you for real?
But Drew is his middle name.
Yes.
Is it?
And like obviously that's why he's chosen it.
Yeah.
But my thing is like that was his brand.
I know. It's
so
sad.
where is that got wrong?
I don't know. Maybe it's connected with Ryan Good. Like, did he have to, for legal purposes, move on
and created a new brand? Well, the new brand looks really cool.
Yeah, it does look cool.
It's very similar, I'd say. Like the vibe is like the hoodies and whatever, but there's new branding, obviously.
Yeah,
but I feel like Drew House was way more like colourful Gen Z kind of play on like 90s
kind of
streetwear. Whereas I feel like his new one is very more like into the future. It kind of gives me like Yeezy vibes.
Yeah,
a wee bit.
My God.
Skylark. I know, it's kind of like what you'd imagine if you saw Justin Bieber on the street. What you'd imagine him wearing, like baggy shorts, baggy jumper, like kind of
knickers out.
But we give him a smile if we saw him, wouldn't we? Yeah, we would.
Have you guys seen the Warfare film press tour? I mean, the movie, obviously, I've seen the trailer and that looks lovely and everything. But the press tour, the actors in this movie.
It's like all of the internet's boyfriends.
I
in one
know.
movie.
That's such a good way of putting it.
That is such a good way of putting it. So we've got Kit Connor. We've got, that's my favourite. That's the one I remember.
Charles Melton.
Love him.
Will Poulter, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like dad.
Yeah.
These
my
days.
God, sorry
Daddy.
guys. Have you seen their nicknames
Yeah,
for each
it's
other?
Daddy.
His nickname is Daddy in the
Daddy.
group. They all call him Daddy.
Yeah.
That makes me a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
it's because he's like, I guess, maybe the oldest out of all of them. And I think that it's like his character is like,
Okay, fair.
maybe like the dad of the group.
Yeah, but they all have little nicknames, like Top is one of them.
Oh, I know. I was like,
Sorry? Are you saying that? Or I'm saying it? Yeah.
But it's just like the biggest like thirst trap.
Yeah.
Collection of men, and I'm loving it.
I would love to know who was the casting director there.
I
She
know.
had I'm going to say she.
I'm
or
saying
they.
she knew what she was doing.
She knew what she was doing.
100%.
But aside from that, I think the movie, from what I've heard them say about it, is actually incredible. It was written by someone who I think either from first-hand experience or through like family members, it's like a very real account of what the war was like, and they all like got to actually meet them and speak to them properly and like have that insight. So that's really interesting.
Yeah, that is really interesting.
Yeah, I feel like those press tours that go viral like that, they just know what they're doing.
Yeah.
100%.
So
Wouldn't
good.
it be so interesting, like being behind the scenes of deciding the press and deciding how you're going to take the narrative? I always find that so interesting as well.
They could do some good stuff with that cast.
100%.
It's really giving like young Hollywood, like, you know, those like covers they used to do.
Yeah,
oh my God.
I get you.
What was that one? It was like Hilary Duff.
Yeah.
That's Raven Simone.
Yeah.
All of them. Lindsay Lohan. What was that one?
Yeah,
they
that
were
is
wearing
the-
like pale pink.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was called, but it was young Hollywood. It must have been Vanity Fair or something.
Yes, something
back
like
in the
that.
day.
It was so iconic. I suppose
iconic.
the kids these days need another one.
I actually saw a really interesting Dazed article about how your partner shouldn't be like your everything. And it's really interesting I saw it at that time because I also saw Sophie Habu and Melissa talking about it on their podcast. Like it was something completely different. And Sophie was saying about how like her therapist or something said how like your husband shouldn't be your everything. So like, for example, with your friends, you'll like complain, you'll bitch and you'll do whatever. And like, but then they can kind of just go home and like not be with you all the time. Whereas your partner is with you all the time. So if that's
true.
all they're getting from you, it's actually not very healthy. And this article was saying the same thing of like how people have like too many expectations now and they approach dating like a tick box exercise. And if you expect someone to have all of these things, you're just not going to find the person because no one can be everything to you. And that's the point of like friendships and like family and everything. Like
So true.
You should obviously there's always a thing that like a partner should add to your life, not complete what you
I really like
Yeah.
that. That's a good way of putting it. Like you got to like compartmentalize your friendship, family, boyfriend. But like, so true. Like I know speaking for myself, like my boyfriend adds to all those additions.
Yeah.
Doesn't remove, doesn't like overpower.
Yeah.
It's just an addition.
Yeah.
But a lovely addition. If you're watching.
But like, I think it's nice to know what you want when you're dating or
Totally, yeah.
going out with people, whatever. Like, know what you're looking for. But I think a lot of people have this like ridiculous list of things, and it's just like you're never gonna find that
or
in one
sometimes-
person.
I feel like sometimes people even might not have like a necessary list. It might be like, I want you to be my cozy guy, but then I also want you to be really fun and do all the nights out. And if they can't be that crazy night out person with you, that's okay.
Yeah.
You can go and do that with the girls. I feel like the time you have with your girls is the best anyway. So I feel like you
100%.
should prioritize that and allow yourself the 50% time with your friends as well as the 50% time with your boyfriend.
And also with yourself. I think if you rely on someone else for everything, for example,
Totally.
like cozy nights in or self-care, like you're then not giving yourself enough attention to do it on your own, and then you get reliant on other people.
And then I feel like
So
therefore you're
interesting.
then not being a good friend or girlfriend to your boyfriend.
Yeah, you have to fill your own cup.
100%.
Exactly. And at the same time, give them the space to do that for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I feel like myself and my boyfriend, we really don't talk about work, and I really appreciate it. So when I come home from work, I'd be inclined to say like, oh my God, this really cool thing happened, or this really stressful thing happened. But it's when you just leave it at the door, it's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
There's no need to go on about it forever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's so true.
Yeah.
So true. Like when it's something's important, they'll say it, and if
Yeah.
there's no need,
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
And something you said there earlier about like kind of taking time for yourself. I was watching this video recently, and this girl was saying about her love languages. And so if your love language is quality time, you should also do that to yourself. So you should have quality time with yourself. If your love language is words of affirmation, you should say kind things to yourself. So essentially, as well as giving it to others, you should give it to yourself.
Yeah,
That's
just how
really
else
good
do you know
advice.
what to expect if you're not doing it to
Yeah,
yourself?
so
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
So true.
Like if that doesn't feel good to you, then that's obviously not your way of showing
Yeah.
or wanting
Exactly.
that sort of affection
Yeah, I
or
agree.
affirmation.
Oh
So
my
yeah, no, I
God.
like that. That's
That's
a
so
great way of putting it.
guys.
It's okay.
I'm really good at gift giving, so
you?
I should do that more for myself.
Oh my God. Come on.
Also, something that literally happened, I think, maybe just a week ago, pharmacies and sexual health clinics, basically anywhere that you can get the morning after pill, is now doing it completely for free,
Yeah,
which is
amazing.
incredible. I
Yeah.
think it was a thing that specific areas was doing it, and now it's become like a law that everywhere you can get the morning after pill
That's
for
crazy.
free, which is
Insane.
incredible.
So good.
Yeah.
Like it's such like a long way that that's
Yeah.
come. I think also they were saying that like it should just be something that is available to all women, and it shouldn't like what ends up happening is if some people can't access it when they need it, you're then going to have an abortion or whatever, and then that if you think about it from a cost perspective, it's actually makes more sense to make them free like from the get-go, and also having that access is really important.
It's so important. And if you think, like, if you didn't have the access, but you needed something done, this is where it starts to get into that muddy area. People start
Really
to deal with it
dangerous.
in their own ways, which are totally
Yeah.
dangerous. So this
Yeah.
is just safeguarding people, I think.
100%.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's such like a long way for it to
Yeah.
have come.
Yeah.
I mean, next up, tampons.
Why
Please.
is that not a thing?
I don't
I don't know.
It is ridiculous.
It's wild.
Like, I do understand it's a cost, but I feel like let's...
no, but we can't help
already
it.
can't help
it. Yeah, that's
like,
true.
It's even in like a nightclub when like you'll go
I
to the
know.
bathroom and you're charged like £5
Yeah,
for a
but then
tampon.
you can get like free condoms.
yeah,
What's that about? What's that about?
it's not right.
Very
No.
true.
No, I've never understood why that's not a thing. Like I always used to think that those dispensers and bathrooms were free. I was wrong.
Yeah.
And like who
Definitely not
carries
free.
coins on them anymore
No.
as well? Like do
I
you
know.
do
I bet you
contactless?
these days, like all the like new like clubs that like Gen Alpha's going to,
Yeah.
it's like
Apple Pay.
Apple Pay.
Apple Pay. My tampon. Guys, have you seen the kind of drama with the casting of Wuthering Heights?
Yes.
Crazy.
So interesting. So Emerald
Oh,
Fennell,
I didn't know she was
Yeah.
directing
Yeah.
it. That's cool.
But what else did she?
she did Saltburn
This is what she's
with Jacob Elordi.
Yes.
And Margot Robbie also produced that.
Didn't know
Saltburn?
that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so they're keeping it in the family
Yeah,
for
they're
this
keeping
next
it
one.
in the family.
But I feel like they shouldn't. And this is the issue that
Yeah.
everyone's having. I haven't personally read Wuthering Heights,
Neither.
but
What? I thought it was like everyone had to at school.
No.
I
Did
didn't
you read it?
No, was that an option at my school?
Yeah, we had to.
We didn't
Really?
really. It's kind of bad. We never even really read love stories at our school. It was all very like war focused.
Oh.
yeah, that sounds like a big problem.
Right.
It would have been so nice to read a love story though.
You didn't do like Romeo and Juliet, no?
Oh, no, we did. I wish it was Wuthering Heights though.
I know, I wish I read it too. But I feel like isn't it right that the main guy in that is a black character?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Jacob Elordi is the main character in the movie.
Yeah.
And then the main girl in the book, I think, is a teenager.
And Margot
I fear
Robbie's-
Margot Robbie is not a teenager.
She's not. She's gorgeous.
Oh my God, she's
and
perfect.
An amazing actress. But
Yeah.
100%.
that I do think age should play a part.
Yeah.
Because that is part of the storyline.
Yeah.
And so should race, because in this storyline, it does.
It's such a prominent thing.
Okay,
yeah.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people, when it comes to things like The Little Mermaid and blah, 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 everyone's there to pipe up about race playing a part. But it doesn't in that situation where it's an animated or like made up creature character. It doesn't matter their race.
Yeah.
In a situation like this where race does come into like the decisions made or like the experience of someone, it is important.
So important.
But
I feel like I'm kind of sick of Hollywood rinse and repeating the same actors. Like, what is it? The Beatles movie is. Have you seen the cast for that?
I mean, I kind of love it.
I mean, they're all little fitties, and I'm down for the two Irish guys in it. But at the same time, wouldn't it have been so much nicer if it was four like underdiscovered, like Scouse guys?
Yeah.
It would have made way more sense.
But it's because it does make more sense, because that is the reality of what they are.
Yeah.
So why are we like hiring or like casting so wrongly? Like,
I feel like it's for they want to
Yeah.
get the people in the theaters.
Yeah, I think that is such a big thing, is getting people back to this. And also it's like, as much as film and theatre or whatever is art, it's also commercial and people have to make money.
100%.
And so there is such a balance there of getting.
for sure.
I also feel like getting Paul Mescal cast in that movie would have been expensive. So if you just put all of that money into 4 different guys, you would have saved a lot of money.
True.
In my
So
opinion.
true.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna go see it. Obviously.
Speaking of movies and films and things, shall we move on to the things we're loving? Because there's lots of TV that we want to speak about. So when we're recording this, tonight is the season finale of The White Lotus. So basically, obviously in the US, I'm sure everyone who's watching this knows, but in the US it comes out like last night. By the time you're watching it, you guys will all have known, whoever is watching it will know what have happened, but we don't know till tonight, except Steph.
I'm gonna be completely honest. As soon as I woke up this morning, I looked up the spoilers. I know.
Wait,
why
you
do you do
searched
that?
for them.
I don't get why people
Yeah, I
do
searched
that to
them.
themselves.
I looked them up.
Yeah.
I wanted to know.
Oh my
You've just put yourself through the whole time of like committing to watching it every single week.
All you had
Yeah,
to do
'cause
is
I
wait
wanted
like
to
10
know.
hours.
Yeah.
I wanted to know immediately.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't even got the proper like cinematic experience of
Yeah.
finding
I
out
watched that
whatever.
tonight.
Okay.
But you already know what happened.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Okay.
I think I just like having the one up. Like,
can't wait.
I like kind of loved coming to the office
my
being
God.
like, I know who it is.
Other TV, which I actually remember because you're talking about like Scouse men.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching This City Is Ours. Have you guys heard of that?
No, what
It's
is
a
it?
BBC TV show and it's really good. It's based in Liverpool. It gives a bit of like a Peaky Blinders Narcos vibe. It's kind of this drug cartel. Not cartel, that kind of makes them sound a bit like bigger than they are. It's quite like a small like family run drug business. And basically there's like the patriarch who is played by Sean Bean, who I'm obsessed with, obviously Ned Stark in Game of Thrones. And then there's some newer actors, young Scouse actors,
cool.
which is so nice.
Love that.
It's kind of like a Succession storyline. Like he's maybe going to step back. He's got a son, but he's also got this like right-hand man. They're both the same age. And it's sort of like which one of these two is going to take on the business.
Okay.
Lots happens in between all of that. A lot of drama.
How many episodes have there been so far?
There's 8 episodes total.
Okay.
So it's like a quickish
Okay,
one.
love.
And it's really very good. The acting's great. There's lots of twists and turns.
Amazing.
And it's
So
just
it's
nice
on
to
BBC.
BBC. And it's nice to see some like new actors.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
And also the music, I really love that they had like, you know that one song that went quite viral on TikTok, the Scouse one?
Oh yeah,
What
yeah,
is
yeah,
it?
Yeah, that
yeah.
one.
What is
I
it?
can't sing it, it's too rude.
No, please
Yeah.
sing. Please sing it.
No, I'll play it.
Down a back road valley with a black coat, rolling with a pack bear skin and a graph.
Quite good, isn't it?
Wait, and what was the significance of this song?
No, they just played
Was it in it?
Oh, it's in the song.
I just like that they were using like Scouse,
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's cool.
Liverpudlian
music like that.
Liverpudlian music.
No,
like
I'm
that.
much
like,
rather
it's
that.
really cool.
It wouldn't have made
like
sense
it.
if it was like London
Yeah.
music. That's cool.
I just think most shows are very like London centric or
Yeah.
like countryside or whatever, and it's like very specific accents and whatever. It's just nice to see something a bit different.
That's good.
100%.
I'm definitely going to give it a watch.
Highly recommend. I have one more, which
Okay.
I've been going on about.
You made a very, very bold statement of saying that it was going to fill your traitors like love.
I know, and I was arguing this earlier with Eloise. It is a very similar vibe. So it's called
it?
$1 Million Secret.
And it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix, and the premise of it is, so like 10 people who have 10, 12, whatever people go into a house and they each go into their rooms and they're each given a box and one person's given $1 million. And the whole thing is you have to hide that you are the millionaire. But unlike traitors, It's much easier, I think, to find out who it is. They get a lot more clues during the game. And also, you can shift the money to someone else. So if you feel like the pressure is on you and maybe someone's going to find out who you are, you can complete challenges to push it onto someone else and you can win it back at the end. If you think you're a good enough player, that at the end, when people get voted out, you'll still be there. Because at the end of traitors, like, it's not always the traitors who win.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're good enough, you can push it over to someone else. The suspicion's off you, and you can be like, guys, I was it, now I'm not. Like, you can easily tell people. Like, there's just so many like bits of it that are like smarter than
But
the
if
traitors.
they're all in rooms on their own, how do they?
Oh, they're not. That's just at the beginning.
And then what, you have to whittle it down to 2 people and then...
Basically, yeah. So it goes, and they do challenges just like the traitors. But yeah, there's just a lot more, like, they get a lot more clues, and there's all the challenges that happen at the same time. Like, they're just a bit more sneaky. Like, for example, the millionaire was told that they had to like work in 3 song lyrics into their conversation before the end of breakfast. And if they do, they'll get 3 extra votes when it comes to voting someone out.
Cool. I like that.
And also, like, in the voting, like, obviously in traitors, they want to vote out traitors.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, they'll vote out players that they, like, don't like.
Oh
They literally found out last night who the millionaire was, and they were like, no, we're going to vote someone else out
No
because
way.
she's too dangerous of a player.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so intrigued. And what are the people like in the
They're
show?
all very good.
Is it
Okay.
UK based?
No, it's all US, but they are good, and, like, yeah, it's just crazy how it's just a different kind of vibe, but it is very similar to traitors where you've got to, like, keep the secret.
Yeah.
Or, like,
Okay, love that.
I love shows like that.
Love shows like that.
well, you said you're watching the new season of Maths.
Oh my gosh.
I love it so
I've
much.
heard
Have you guys
so
watched
many good
any
things.
of the Maths?
Yeah,
No.
I've watched all of them. I just haven't watched the newest one.
I've heard this is the best.
Really?
It's there's definitely other series that are like more chaotic.
Okay.
Okay.
But this one, some of the men are just and women.
Really?
Like some really, really spiteful people.
Oh my gosh. It's just great
makes
television.
good
It
though,
is
TV.
isn't it?
but I feel like that nowadays in a show like that that's been going on for a few seasons now, like I feel like people know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And like I feel like the casting, like you can kind of tell the types of people they put on that show is for a specific reason.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, I love it. I'm
Yeah.
here for it. But like I think there was like 20 something episodes out already, and I'm not even kidding. Last week I think I managed to watch one before work every day.
Oh my god.
Dedication.
Prime time.
Oh my god. Evening time I'd watch it. So like I was addicted.
Oh my god, I
Oh
can't
my
wait
God,
to
I
start that. I
love-
love to just binge something like that.
100%. And I also think Australian TV.
It's so good.
Have you ever watched Love Island Australia?
So
No,
good.
it's
So
really
good.
good.
So much better than
Yeah.
the
Let's do
UK.
that.
The guys are a little unhinged as
Yeah.
well. They like don't care.
No,
at
it kind of
all.
reminds me of like early days Love
Yes.
Island UK.
Yeah. They don't mind like embarrassing themselves
No.
or like being the bad guy at
Because
all.
obviously Lucinda from
Yes.
Love Island UK was on Love Island Australia.
She was.
Ooh.
Did you watch that series?
Yeah. Such good TV. Honestly.
It is such good TV.
Aussie's really
Oh,
nice.
there's lots of good telly out.
There is.
Actually, before we move on to other products, I have to, because we were talking about this earlier,
Yeah.
because we're both using it. There's a hair care range that
my
I'm
gosh.
obsessed with at the moment. The Kérastase Gloss Absolute range. Have you heard of it?
I have. I've never used it.
It is so good,
Used
isn't
it
it,
this
Anna?
morning.
I actually
Like
did as well. I
this.
had to stick mine up in a bun because I was very hot. But I like the shine it brings.
It's
I
so
need
good.
that.
It's so basically there's a shampoo, conditioner, and then there's like a milk which you spritz into wet hair,
Love.
and then there's these glazed drops. And honestly, the drops are just like next level. It makes your hair so glossy
No
and
way.
shiny and amazing. And it's basically like skincare for your hair because the shampoo and conditioner and the milk have all got hyaluronic acid and glycolic acid. So
like
it makes-
anything with hyaluronic
Oh,
acid.
Oh my
I'm
god!
saying,
I'm going
like,
into summer with like dry hair. That's
Exactly.
what you
It
need.
makes it all like hydrated and
Yeah.
like super soft and silky and
Definitely.
amazing. I've actually got one of them here.
The conditioner is incredible.
Oh my god! She's got all of them.
Oh, guys, honestly, this is my restock. This is the shampoo and conditioner.
Love.
You know what it smells like, but pass to Steph. Give it a sniff. It uses this like wild rose extract. How good?
Oh,
How
so
good.
so
wild
nice.
rose, that's the smell, and it just
Oh, I
smells
love
so
It's such a good,
good.
consistency of conditioner as well because it's not super thick that it feels
Exactly.
greasy.
Yeah.
It's like literally like milk.
Yeah, well, Lola uses it as well, and me and her have really different hair types, and she was saying it really works for her because it doesn't weigh it down.
Yes, so true.
Oh, interesting.
Especially this stuff, glow
That's
drops.
such a
the
cute
glazed
bottle.
drops.
It's such a
I
cute
know, It's
bottle.
so cute, but it's literally like the best stuff. Even if you just want to do like a slick back and you wanna, like make it
Yes.
shiny, it's perfect. So yeah, we love that stuff.
Perfect.
What are you guys loving?
I say this all the time to like my friends and stuff, but like I'm more into like vibes at the moment, especially coming into like summer. I'm so bad at going into shops and thinking like, right, I've seen one top, I need to go in and buy it. I feel like I have more of like a concept in my head that I need to like fulfill. like a Pinterest board is like going
that makes
on
sense
in
though.
my-
Yeah.
It does.
So what Pinterest board have you got going on now?
I feel like I'm really like digging like the whole like Chloe boho
Love,
chic
love.
aesthetic. But I'm not talking like lots of like really obvious products like that, but like really subtle like mixtures of like denims and like tassels, boots.
Fun.
But making it like summery, I feel like is like my kind of vibe at the moment.
That's nice as well, the thing you said about like having a vibe and a Pinterest board, because I do that every quarter. I have
Yeah.
like a Pinterest board that I live
love
to.
that.
But the good thing about doing that is that you're not going out and like trying to buy
Aimlessly
products to like
shopping.
recreate a
mass
look.
consumption. Yeah.
You're like shopping your own wardrobe and like
100%.
tweaking it to like that vibe.
I
if that makes
always say
sense.
that to like, I've said it to like my sister so many times. I'm like, stop going into shops with like an item that you need to
Yeah.
get. And I know it makes sense to a certain extent. But if
Yeah,
you
if you need knickers or something, go for it.
You're allowed to get them.
but like going into shops with like a vibe that you want to fulfill, I feel like makes your wardrobe so much more exciting because you can like
cool.
pair these things in like multiple different ways, like think of different ways to sell them. I just think it's a way funner process of
Yeah.
shopping than being stressed about, oh my God, they don't have it, it's not in my size, it's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
so
that.
good.
It's a really nice mindset.
That's my vibe.
I
Or,
love
like,
it.
I feel like that's such a good mindset. And like, these are 3 products I'm obsessed with.
like how could we
okay.
vibe against them?
It's okay.
But I have a few things I'm obsessed with right now. So there's this, well, I feel like Aussie clothing brands are amazing. I know
So
we've just said
good.
Aussie TV is amazing. Aussie clothing brands are also amazing. There's this one called Benny, and they have these trousers. They're black, and they have a tie waist added in. And oh my God, it looks so cute. Every outfit that they've styled on the site or I've seen on TikTok.
Does it create
is-
like a pleat
yeah,
down?
it's like, but it's like not too long. It's like
Oh
to
my
your
God, I
knee, and
love
it's like as
that.
if you've tied something around, but
that's
it's not
so
like
cute.
bulky on the side.
Love
Like
it.
when you put the
They're
jumper
perfect
on.
for like work as well as like fun after work
cute.
vibes.
And
too.
after work vibes, and I feel like it could even like reach into that like night out outfit as well. It was really
love
cute.
that.
Wow, I love it.
And there was this really cute set on another website, Bell the Label, and it's this like track jacket and matching shorts, and they're white with black polka dots on it.
Obsessed.
So cute, and I feel like you could wear it in so many different ways. Like, I feel like the shorts would be really
Yeah,
cool,
yeah,
even through like
yeah.
summer festivals and all that. But the
Yeah.
track jacket with like regular pants,
I love a track
so
jacket.
cool. But the set is so cute together. Love, like obsessed. And then last thing, there's these glasses. There's this Irish sunglasses brand called May, and they've just come out with this new collection in collab with Sinead Gannon. And there's like these blue ones, which I feel like would be really cute with like blonde hair, but there's these khaki ones that I would love. They're like slim line, kind of similar to Le Specs in shape, but the tint is so nice.
Oh my God, that sounds so nice.
So cute.
I feel like I buy so many sunglasses like every single
They're
season.
so fun.
Literally same.
Like even like
Obsessed.
vintage shops. Always
Yes.
go for the sunnies. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love that. That's made me want to shop and get
Yeah.
outside in the sun. Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks
Thanks
so
so
much. And thank you
much.
so much for watching. As always, please do subscribe. It really does help us out. And you can listen to us anywhere that you listen to your podcasts. And like I said, we're a podcast. So do watch if you want to see bonus content like our outfits and these girls' lovely shoes, which they showed earlier. If you're listening, switch over to podcast. Thanks so much for watching and listening, and we'll see you very soon.
Bye.
Bye.